What's up, guys? Matt here, coming at you with another quick video. This one is on my Bully 2. All right. So I've only had this a little over a week or so, maybe going on 2 weeks now. I've only got to take it out once. The weather's been kind of horrible and just a lot of stuff going on, so haven't got much runtime on it. It looks totally different now. You can probably tell from a stock. This was an RTR Bully 2. And I shot this video once when I first pulled it out of the box. And I was very fired up with RC4WD. Honestly, straight out of the box, it's the worst quality control mess of garbage I've ever seen, okay? So just know, if you buy one of these RTR, do not run it. RTR for RC4WD is ready to reassemble, is what we all say, because this was an absolute joke out of the box. And I'm not going to cut them any slack. I'm going to, jump ahead a little bit. I love the thing now. But when I took it out of the box, I was very angry, okay? So if you get one of these, go through the entire truck. I'm just going to tell you now, every single screw on this thing was just loose. And I mean, not just, oh, it needs to be snugged up, like falling out. I mean, I took screws out with my fingers, just insane. And I'll put a couple clips in here I shot with my phone while I was discovering some of these screws. So check this out. I went through the rear with Loctite because of this, but so see all that? That's because of these two screws right here. Now, this one is on the front. I had to pull the servo, which I was gonna do anyways, to get to those two screws right there. Watch this. And I have not touched these, but I can see how loose they are. That one was even more loose. Look, this one is about to fall out. I haven't touched that. Watch it move, look. Unbelievable. So you can see there, like, just, it's insane to me that they will sell something like this. I understand it's RTR and you're going to need to make adjustments to make it the best that it can be, but good night. Like, if you got that thing out of the box and ran it, everything's going to fall apart. The pinion on the motors, both of them, were just like barely catching any teeth on the gears. So the pinion was off, mesh was good, so that was one plus, I guess. But the pinion was way off center, like barely catching any gears. Just bolts loose everywhere. They run these motor wires down and zip tie them to the bottom links and had them going to the bottom of the motor. Like, it's like they set you up for failure, hoping you will just be like, okay, let's go run it and break everything on it. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So you can see I did away with all the stupid connectors they had, because this is all just like plugged in with connectors, and soldered the wires on, moved them up, and you can see I changed the rod ends. I did that because I needed some longer up top to roll that motor up, because this motor was like way down before. I'll put a picture in here how this thing sat before And I think you'll be able to see how that rear motor was rolled way down. You know, I'm still going to catch it some, but nowhere near as bad now. So yeah, I got that taken care of. These links are a little stiff right now, but still getting, you know, good flex there. Changed out to the Desert Lizard shocks that I had. I have some draft techs on the way, so hopefully I'm going to be putting those on. I did change out of the box. They have this steering link on the bottom, and then this is at like this horrible angle like that. So I did change that. I moved that up to the top. I put this steering link here at a much better angle. I mean, it steered okay like it was, but I just don't see how it can't help it if I'm getting that at a little better angle there. And I don't know. I'm hoping this thing holds together good. First time out, I'm going to put some run clips in here. It did really well. I mean, I was amazed how capable it is, honestly, straight out of the box. But it just requires a lot of work to get it ready to run. So just know that. $500. I might have to do that. But it's almost like it's too easy. Like you're going to be able to do anything. What? It doesn't even rub. I have completely changed up mine now. First run, I broke a wheel. I don't know what to do. Oh, there it is, or the piece. So, first run, that did happen. It didn't stop my day or anything. I just was putting these Proline Ibex tires on and found this. So, I went ahead and swapped over to these bead locks. I know they're more weight, but honestly, I don't care. It's not like I'm into competitions or anything really. I just I was planning on adding a little weight to the front anyways, so the wheels will do it now, I guess. But I'd rather have a wheel that's not gonna break, because I mean, I'm hard on stuff. I run it, and whatever happens, happens, and I'll fix it later. So went with these wheels I had, and hopefully they'll be stronger. I liked the lightweight of these, but I can't deal with breaking wheels all the time. And I do have, I'm running 2 Hobby Wing 1080 ESCs in there now. I got those mixed so that I can lock out the front or the rear. So if y'all have seen my dig rig on the 24 scale, same concept. Running 2 ESCs with the 2 motors, and then got them mixed on the radio to where I can just flip a switch and shut the rear off or the front. So we got dig front and rear. You can see it's kind of stiff. These links, these are RPM for like a Traxxas, I think Jado or something, just whatever, most Traxxas stuff. But they're a little stiff when you get them, like the ball ends will pop in them fairly easy, but they just won't hardly move. So I filed down the inside a little bit and did all kinds of stuff and got them fairly loose without them being too loose. And I think it'll be okay. Hopefully they'll break in a little more as I get some run time on them, but we'll see how that goes. I mostly just wanted to kind of show this thing. I hadn't really showed it any on the channel yet, and talk about straight out of the box, you know, some of the things you need to do. And like I said, I'll put a few more clips in here of some of the bolts that I was dealing with. There's the 2 screws I was talking about. You can hear the cattle going nuts. You can see my mess of Loctite. I'm putting in all of these. So, look, here's another one. Watch this. Not even like partially tight. And just make sure you go through this thing. If you're gonna get one, 100%, just take it out of the box and start reworking it. Honestly, and you know, most of the time in RTR, you may have to check a few things here or there. I took that ridge rock out of the box. It was $109, and there's not a thing loose on it. Like, it's ready to go, you know. And then this thing is $600, and it's a piece of garbage out of the box. I mean, if you run it like it comes, it's like I said, they're just setting you up to have problems. And then I don't even know why. It's not like you can hardly buy parts for these things. Like, everything's always back ordered and this and that. So I'm hoping it holds up halfway decent. I didn't really break anything besides the wheel first time out, so it's a plus. Hopefully we'll get a decent amount of runtime in, and some stuff will come back in stock before I break it, you know, anything too serious. But I gotta say, I was really hating on it when I took it out of the box and had to do all that work. And then I got it kind of lined out, and I took it out, and now it's easily one of my favorites. It's right there with the Capra. You know, if the durability was going to be as good on it, it would definitely be one or two on my favorites list. And it's so capable, you know. And around here, we just run for fun, so it's kind of just everybody just runs what they got. You know, you bring what you want and run what you want. And you know, I've had several different types of, you know, crawlers and stuff, and it's just the most fun when you have something that's like super capable. You know, the most capable to me is I like to find the hardest line and just go at it. And I can just sit there trying to make something for 30 minutes, you know. That's just how I like to do it. So this thing fits my style perfect. Like, I don't care what the thing looks like. I don't care if it's an alien, you know. Like, I just like the fact that it'll do some crazy stuff. So if you're that type of person, then this thing is just amazing. Really, out of the box with some work, it's unbelievable what it'll do. So yeah, I don't, you know, so far I love it. I absolutely was ticked off when I got it out of the box and had so much trouble, but it's quickly becoming a favorite now. And I did have one issue, the dig unit that comes with it, and it worked really well for me. A lot of people said it didn't work, and it was working really good for me. I mean, as soon as I would click it, it would lock whatever I wanted, and just worked really well. And then it smoked. Like, I seen smoke come out of it, and that was actually, it didn't happen while we were running it. I was back here at the house doing some stuff with it, turned it on to test out something, and the dig like smoked. So I did contact RC4WD, and they got back to me within a day, and supposedly another unit is on its way. They said it's coming from China, so the shipping's going to say California until it reaches California, and then it'll update. And so who knows how long that'll take. I got a truck supposed to be coming from Banggood that's the same way, and I just like gave up on it. It's probably never going to show up. Honestly, it's been almost 2 months now. It's been saying it's on its way, and who knows. So maybe I'll get the new dig unit, maybe I won't. I don't know. I went ahead and went with these 1080s, so I don't have to wait on it. And then maybe I'll put that dig unit in my old RS10 or something like that. I was maybe going to rebuild it anyway. So if I ever get it, maybe I'll use it for that. But overall, really enjoying this thing. If you have any questions about it, or you're looking at one, just want to know some things, holler at me. Man, it's an awesome ride for sure. It's just very aggravating out of the box. And, you know, I bought an RTR because, for one, it was the only thing I found in stock. Like, these are hard to find. And then, for two, I normally don't have the time to, or want to, sit down and build a kit and, like, deal with 1,000 pieces at once and put it all together. And I don't care for doing that. I would rather have it together and take it all apart and kind of redo it a little at a time as I have time. Normally, an RTR for me, I get it out, I check a couple small things, grease, you know, gear alignment and that sort of thing, and run with it. Maybe change the servo, usually right out of the box, and go. And then as I get time, maybe I'll break down the rear end one day or the front, whatever, and rework it. So I'm the kind of person that, you know, I'll buy an RTR just to make it a little easier on my schedule and, you know, the way I do things. So, plus, I'm always just ready to run something. And I know if I get a kit, like, it's going to take me a good while to build it because I don't always have a lot of time to sit down and just knock it out. So, an RTR, you know, I can get it, do an hour or two worth of work straightening things out, and get some fun out of it, and then do more later. So that's why I kind of usually go with an RTR setup, and this is not a good RTR, trust me. So with some work, it's pretty amazing straight out of the box, but it needs a lot of work, so just be prepared. But other than that, I'm loving this thing. I did change the servo. The one that came on it wasn't horrible. It's actually a pretty decent servo for stock, and but I just had this one. It's one of the cheap Amazon 35 kg ones, and it works a lot better. But stock one wasn't horrible, so you could get away with running the stock. And the stock electronics, I didn't have any problem with the ESC and stuff. Motors did really well for me. I haven't put them in any major binds or anything, but they have lots of power, it seemed. I'll put a clip in here where I was able to launch up a rock that even our Capras, you know, with the fusion system, has a little trouble with.
I said, if that makes it up, that'd be crazy. What? You're always top on that side.
So you can see there, these motors did really well for me. But overall, I'm really happy with it. So if you have any questions about it, just holler at me and I'll try my best to help you. I appreciate everybody. Peace.